The newest addition to the Kevlar power game is Hudef's Viva Pro Gen3. The Viva Pro Gen3 is an elongated Kevlar carbon fiber hybrid, and to be honest, I've been pretty impressed. This paddle hits like a truck, and it comes in over $100 cheaper than the Gearbox Pro Power Elongated or the new Gen3 Yolas. And with this channel's discount code PBMED, you can get the Viva Pro Gen3 for $144. Not only that, but like all Hudef's other thermal form paddles, that $144 not only buys you a paddle, but a lifetime warranty. So you'll be protected against core crushing, delamination, disc bonding, and whatnot. So that's never going to be something that you're going to have to worry about. So let's get into the details. The Viva Pro Gen3 is an upgrade to Hudef's Viva Pro Gen2, and they share a lot of the same specifications in terms of overall paddle length, width, and handle length. And while they're both thermoformed, the Gen3 has a paddle face that's composed of a Kevlar carbon fiber hybrid as opposed to the raw carbon fiber face of the Gen2 paddle. Both of these paddles hit hard, and funny enough, I calculated the average drive speed for these paddles both to be right around 58 miles per hour, which sit impressively at number 2 and number 4 in my paddle database for average drive speed right now. Hitting these two paddles side by side, however, I found that the new Gen3 paddle had a more plush feeling face, was easier to control, and subjectively I felt like it was easier to impart spin with. And numerically, I calculated the RPMs coming back at 2,210 for the Gen3 paddle, which was very noticeable in gameplay and registers in my very high range for RPMs. I feel that that more plush feeling face is what makes the Gen3 paddle a bit more versatile than the Gen2 paddle and makes it a bit more well-rounded when you're playing with it. That Gen3 performance does come at a little higher price of $144 when compared to the $110 of the Gen2 paddle after discount codes, and the Gen2 still is a really good option if you're looking for a more budget-friendly version for power paddles, but the Gen3 is even better if you're willing to spend that extra $34. And if we do a price comparison with the Viva Pro Gen3 and the other Kevlar paddles that I consider to be power-oriented, the Viva Pro Gen3 sits on the cheaper end of the spectrum alongside Mark Pickleball's Mark 1, Body Helix's X3 Lite, and the J2K Pro. And to my knowledge, the Viva Pro Gen3 is the only paddle on this list that also comes with a lifetime warranty. One potential limitation of the Gen3, a lot like the Gen2, is that it does tend to sit more on the head-heavy side with a swing weight of 124, but is very stable with a twist weight of 6.44. By comparison, that's a little lighter feeling than Engage's Pursuit Pro MX 6.0, which has a swing weight of 127, and feels pretty close from what you'd expect to feel from Rhombus's Pulsar R3 and Honolulu Pickleball's J1H, with swing weights of 125 and 123 respectively. And this is a little heavier than what you'd experience with Mark Pickleball's Mark 1 and the J2K Pro, which are both hybrid-shaped paddles and have swing weights of 113 and 116 respectively. I didn't think that the Gen3 felt overly heavy, but it was a little bit more head-heavy than average, so if you're a person who needs a lighter-feeling Kevlar power paddle, I would point you more in the direction of Mark Pickleball's Mark 1 or Honolulu Pickleball's J2K Pro. Overall, I think this is a paddle that many people would enjoy. It has some seriously impressive power, and I was surprised with the versatility it showed in terms of control with dinking at the net and drops, and then changing gears with speed-ups and attacks and blocking power at the net, and showed some improved spin when compared to the Viva Pro Gen2. But it is a little on the head-heavy side, which may be a deterrent if you're a person who likes a lighter feeling paddle, though I don't think it was too overly head-heavy. That's my take on Hudef's new Kevlar Viva Pro Gen3. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope it was helpful, and if it was, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you here for the next one.